If you want to be the best and bring home the gold in Rules of Survival, then you're going to need to put in a whole lot of practice. Of course, practice is only part of the equation, and if you don't know what you're doing, you won't have a chance. That's why we're going to give you some helpful tips for Rules of Survival. Landing on the ground first can be extremely important, and while it won't always dictate how a situation turns out, if you have boots down before your enemies, you're going to have a much higher chance of scoring some loot before they can claim it all for themselves. Of course, things don't always work out the way you want them to, and you might not always be the first to land. If that's the case, take your time and hide, then pick up any weapons you can along the way. This will allow you to sneak up on your enemies when they least expect it. Sometimes you're going to be the best prepared, sometimes you aren't. That's just how loot-based games like Rules of Survival work. And if you want to win and stay on top of the leaderboard, you're going to need to learn how to properly gauge the situation and decide if you can stand your ground against enemies that are strong. Try to pay attention to the types of weapons players are firing. Is it long range, single fire, or does it sound more like a shotgun or an assault rifle? Gauge what kind of equipment they have, and then decide if the fight is something you even remotely have a chance of winning. If you aren't moving, you're dead. That saying has never been truer than it is in Rules of Survival. The last thing you want to do is stand still too long. Not only does this create a massive target on your back for others, but it also increases the chances that multiple enemies will converge on your position. Don't be that guy who finds a nice house and holes up in it. You'll also have to contend with the gas circle, which is designed to keep bringing players together, so make sure you stay moving towards the new circle, which you can see on your map. If you can keep moving, learn how to gauge situations, and make it to the ground first, then your chances of winning in Rules of Survival will be much higher than they would be otherwise. Of course, though, it all takes practice. And learning how to simply dive into a new game when you lose is going to be an important part of the process as well. Take your time, be vigilant, and don't be afraid to lose. And that's it for the video. If you enjoyed what you saw, be sure to like and subscribe. Check back every weekday for another Prima 365. And for more content like this, be sure to head over to primagames.com.